You could argue the biggest surprise, though, at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea, great run of form, taking on West Ham side who've looked terrible of late, yet it's West Ham who get the win.
You know, it's a surprise considering what we thought leading up to the game. I said that I couldn't find a positive for West Ham because they hadn't shown anything. They hadn't shown that we could defend. They hadn't really shown that going forward they were going to score a lot of goals. And the one thing they hadn't really shown was a lot of fight. And of course Chelsea have been swashbuckling. But having watched the game and thinking about it now, West Ham get a free week. It's a London derby. It's a great opportunity to show some spirit. Whereas Chelsea have to play Champions League midweek, and it was a crazy game at Valencia. For the first minute to 90th, it was up and down and get up and at them. And that is a huge physical edge that I think West Ham had going into this game. Plus the fact Frank's now understanding, because of the Champions League, because of the Premier League, he has to make changes. He can't just keep firing out the same 11 players. So he leaves Kante out. You know, he ends up having to play Giroud. He's playing Pedro instead of Willian.
Yeah.
So allied with the physical aspect of it that they had to go through during the week, they changed the team. And then West Ham come out and show something they haven't shown for most of this season. And that is just pure fight and desire and determination. I mean, all West Ham's best players, in my opinion, were defenders.
Yeah.
That tells you that Chelsea weren't not in it, but they just didn't have that extra sting in the legs and couldn't produce it when it mattered.
Well, that extra sting has been applied by Tammy Abraham so far this season. And they just showed how much they're going to miss him. He needs to get back sooner rather than later, obviously.
Did they miss his genius, or was it because Giroud is just not at it?
Well, that's it. If you don't have a proper backup to your striker, and that was evident.
Which seems a strange thing to say. We're talking about a French international, a guy,
a World Cup winner,
a World Cup winner, but at his best, Giroud has shown he can put the ball in the net. Problem is, he's not been playing. He's not kicked the ball hardly all season, so you can't expect him to step on the field and do what Tammy Abrahams has been doing, because he's been a huge surprise to me. I didn't think he had that ability, but so far he's certainly proven me wrong.
Meanwhile, 3 wins out of 3 for Jose Mourinho. Spurs 3-0 up, cruising. And then Bournemouth get 2, could have got a late one as well.
Do you know? They were cruising for maybe 15, 20 minutes in this game for me.
Spurs?
Yeah.
They're 3-0 up.
Yeah, but they could have been a couple down. Bournemouth in the first half, no question for me, could have been a couple of goals up. They had chances, they had opportunities, but they didn't take them. And I think that's the biggest difference with these two teams today. You know, they've got Dele Alli, they've got Kane, who didn't even score. You know, they've got players who can finish things off, because I think if Bournemouth had some better finishers, this game might have been a whole lot different. Plus the fact, you say, yes, at 3-0, they were cruising.
Yeah.
For the first hour, until the second goal went in, for me, it was an even game. After that, there was a spell, went to 3, it was like, well, it's lights out. But then, Spurs' deficiencies that they've shown us, particularly from the start of this season defensively, came back to haunt them.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.